All right, two black men were fired from the National Transportation Safety Board and the U.S. Surface Transportation Board have filed a lawsuit against Donald Trump's administration. They claim the terminations are part of a larger pattern of discrimination against black appointees within the government. Robert Primus, a member of the STB, and Alvin Brown, a member of the NTSB, were the only black board members in their respective agencies when they were terminated. Alvin Brown, the former vice chair of the board, joins right now. Alvin, how you doing? So, first of all, Donald Trump has been firing appointees left and right. But y'all's suit is a little bit different. Other people have said, had this suing saying you didn't have the right. Supreme Court said he did have the right to fire folks. But explain why you're taking this position.
Well, because, first of all, thanks for having me here tonight. I was removed abruptly, unlawful movement to move me and Robert off the boards. It's illegal. That's one thing. Secondly, I can't just sit back and watch something that is illegal happen to me, because this is bigger than me. It's about the independent agency should remain independent. And that's why Congress said it that way, so you don't get involved in politics and focus on targeting people. And unfortunately, this has been a pattern of the administration, targeting African Americans. And I decided to stand up and speak out and challenge the system because it's wrong and it's unacceptable.
But you're taking a different tack because others have sued.
Yeah,
so
right.
Why do you think this is going to be successful?
Well, because there are two things. One, I filed a lawsuit for the unlawfulness, and two, on the discrimination case. So we filed a lawsuit. We amended our suit and filed a lawsuit on discrimination.
When we look at the appointees across, it's a lot of black people that have been losing their jobs.
That's right. And that's unacceptable. We live this is the 21st century. People work hard to get to where they are today. Qualified African Americans serving their country should have the right for protection and not be engaged in partisan politics in these positions.
When we start going through here, we've never seen anything like this. And one of the things that I've said point blank to Democrats is this is somebody who is trying to use maximum power and wants maximum power. And look, you formerly worked in the administration. You were the mayor in Jacksonville. And what I keep saying, Democrats are going to have to wake up and realize this is the new normal. Right. Stop acting like we're returning to Republicans clearly are allowing this to happen, and Republicans in Congress are allowing this to happen.
That's right. And so I think what Democrats have to do is leverage their resources, their assets, work together. I like what Bernice King said in her book, Hard Questions, Hard Answers. There is tremendous power when we come together and work together, when the issue that is clear, a cause that is just, and a purpose that is righteous. And clearly the cause is clear and the issue is righteous. There's no reason in the 21st century that they can't work together and solve the problems in our community, but particularly when it comes to leading and being leadership, they should challenge that. There's
Absolutely.
No question about it.
Questions from our panel. Michael, you first.
I have been following this, and I know New York Times has a good piece, Trump fires black officials from an overwhelmingly white administration. I was wondering, what type of support have you all received from others in the Trump administration, African Americans that have been terminated, who felt they were terminated unjustly? And is there any type of support network that you all have put together to support one another? Because it could be devastating. People who are who've worked for the federal government for decades, now all of a sudden they lose their job for no good reason.
Yeah, so here's the thing that's so important. And that's why Robert and I filed the lawsuit. We have to protect our rights, and you just can't sit back and think that things are normal. So you have to push back. 1, 2. We don't want them to set a precedent. Why would we allow independent agencies should remain independent? And that was the reason, to be above partisan politics, to focus on the issues. In my case, in Robert's case, we focus on safety. That's all we care about. Making sure when you get on that plane to make sure nothing happens. But when it does happen, we want to find out why it happened and make sure it doesn't happen again. So it's all about saving lives. Right now, over 40,000 people die on our highways every year. We need to focus on that issue. And so we've been reaching out. We've got a lot of support. I'm thankful to God that Roland has had me on the show, and I'm sure he's going to have Robert, making sure that we inform the community that we have these issues that they need to be engaged in. The Black Caucus has stepped up. The Senate, Democrats have stepped up, reaching out and pushing back. And that's what it's going to take, because at the end of the day, we can't let this sit. We cannot let this take place where they take over the independent agencies. We need to fight for their rights, but I'm going to fight, because this is bigger than me. I'm doing this also to make sure that this never happens again in our country. I'm the only one in the history of the National Transportation Safety Board that was removed unlawfully in the history, and that cannot stand.
Matt?
Yeah, so I have probably a dumb question. I'm a lawyer, so I should know this, but I have not followed, unfortunately, your lawsuit. So my question for you is, has the administration actually, in a court filing or in arguments or anywhere else, advanced what they're alleging to be cause for your firing? And I ask because normally what you see in an employment context is they say, no, here are all the reasons we think Mr. Brown is deficient, irrespective of whether we really have the power to fire him. Here's the reason we're alleging we're firing him. So what, if any, cause have they advanced, alleged cause?
That's a great question. There was no cause at all. There was no cause. So I was dismissed unlawfully with no cause, no performance issues at all, period.
And Roland, let me ask a quick follow-up, if I may.
Go ahead.
So is the administration then just saying, we just have the inherent power to decide who we want where, and this is an exercise of that power? Have they tried to give any kind of subterfuge as for why they fired you and Robert Primus?
No, but they're saying, they haven't said that in our case, but what they're trying to do is get the Supreme Court to empower them to be able to fire anybody at any time at any will. He said that he's no longer there.
Zachary?
Yeah, and that's kind of exactly what I wanted to know. Why do you think the Trump administration is doing this? But you've kind of given that answer, because I want to make it very plain and very clear for people. I think I know why he's doing, and I think people on this panel will know, many of our viewers will know. But I want you to make it real plain in just your own words. Why do you think Trump is doing this? And then the second thing I want to know is, what can we heard about what our Democratic brothers, our Black brothers and sisters, the CDC are doing to support you in D.C. But what can we, the greater, broader Black community, the people that Roland Martin serves, what can we do to support you?
Well, thank you for those questions. So the answer to the first question is, this is not an isolated situation. This is a pattern that's taken place within the federal government, and it's been happening, and it's happening every day. That's one. So two, it is the facts are there. In a broader sense, race played a role in my dismissal. The facts are there, and that's the bottom line. My race played a role in for them to dismiss me. And the facts are there. There's so many Blacks who serve on boards and commissions who were removed from their positions. And it's factual, and that's what it is. Now, what you can do and the Black community can do, basically speak up, speak out. We need to challenge this all over the country. This shouldn't sit, because this is bigger than me and Robert. It's about our kids and our grandkids. We stand on so many shoulders. Many people died and paid the price so I can sit in that seat. And I refuse to walk away. Now, I know some of my brothers and sisters are afraid to file a lawsuit, afraid of retaliation. That happens even back in the day. So we decided to step out and push back. We have a right to do it, and we're doing it. So we need all of us working together to get the word out and send a message to Washington, send a message to the White House that we will not tolerate this in the 21st century.
All right, then. Alan Brown, man, I appreciate it.
Thank you,
Let us
sir.
know what happens.
I will.
All right, thanks a bunch, folks.
Hello, I'm Isaac Hayes III, founder and CEO of Fanbase, and I'm here with a very important message. We are at a turning point in the Black community where we must have equity in the apps we use that scale to billions of dollars. But this time, we own the infrastructure, we own the culture, and we shape the future. And Fanbase is the future. Fanbase combines the free functionality of Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube into an all-in-one platform built for the evolution of social media and monetization. With over 1.4 million users, that's real proof that we are shifting the conversation of tech ownership and equity for creators. So right now, I want you to go to startengine.com/fanbase and invest today. The minimum to invest is $399. That gets you 60 shares of stock in Fanbase at $665 a share. This marks a turning point in Black ownership of social media. If we don't take this opportunity to own social media right now, we will always be customers to our own creations. And that can't go on. So once again, go to startengine.com/fanbase and invest today. We must own the platforms where our voices live, our stories matter, and where our culture drives the world. Thank you.